Okay, in Math 119, you spent a lot of time graphing, and the whole point of graphing is to be able to visualize what they're asking to do. So I would say graph out x squared, graph out the cubic function between -1 and 2. We do provide a fairly accurate picture, but your picture does not need to be of this level of accuracy. So looking at it, what I start to realize is that there are regions over here, and I want to point out they do intersect at two places over here, and they intersect over here. And they're relatively easy to write down the points of intersection over here. So the point of intersection over here is actually 0, 0. The point of intersection over here is actually 1, 1. And then I hope you realize you have three regions, and I want to find out the area between those things. And yeah, I'll do one at a time. I'll do this one first, right, representative rectangle. I'll do this one second, and I'll do this one third. One integration at a time. And certainly, let's put the first integral down. So the first integral, we're starting at -1, and we're going to stop at 0. Here comes the problem for me. What's the upper curve? Well, the upper curve is definitely the square. So it's going to be x squared minus x cubed dx. All right, that's one region, two regions to go. Let's do the next one. What's the next one going to be? Well, it's going to be from 0 to 1. Again, we just did this. We're doing this over here. 0 to 1. What's the upper curve? It's still x squared dx plus the next region. What's that going to be? Well, it's from 1 to 2. What's the upper curve? The cubic curve is the upper curve now. So it's going to be x cubed minus x squared dx. I got three separate integrations to do, and I want to do them separately, all right? Let's put one down at a time. Let's see what we get, all right? Let's do the first one. The first one's going to be x cubed over 3 minus x4 over 4. And we're starting at -1 and stopping at 0. All right, we'll do that. Let's put the next one down. What's that going to be? Well, it's going to be x cubed over 3 minus x4 over 4, 0 to 1. The last integration we have, what do we get? Plus x4 over 4 minus x cubed over 3, 1 to 2. All right, let's go to town on that and see what we come up with. Let's see, you're going to get 0 minus, let's be very careful now, you're going to get -1/3, and then you get -1/4. Let me see if I did that right. Yeah, I did it right. Plus, let's do the next guy. What are you going to get? 1/3 minus 1/4. All right? And then the lower limit would evaluate to 0. We'll do the arithmetic later. Plus, well, it's probably the worst one to do. What are you going to get? Well, 2 to the 4th power, that's 2 times 2 is 4, 8 16/4. 16/4 is just 4, minus 8/3. Minus the lower limit. What's the lower limit going to be? 1/4 minus 1/3. All right? I got a lot of arithmetic to do. We'll put it down one step at a time. I'm going to start to write it down, though, and just moving left to right. What do I see? 1/3 plus 1/4. All right, I'm moving in this direction, by the way. Plus 1/3 minus 1/4. Again, I'm moving in this direction. What do I get now? Plus 4 minus 8/3 minus 1/4 plus 1/3. All right? I want to focus in on one thing at a time, and I'm going to focus in on the thirds. So you have 1/3, 2/3, minus 6/3, minus 5/3. I'm going to write that down. Let me repeat it. 1/3, 2/3, minus 6/3, minus 5/3. Let me do the quarters now. What are you going to get? Let's do a highlighter again. Let's do blue this time. We'll do quarters now. 1/4, there are no quarters. Minus 1/4. Let me write that down. Oh boy. Anything left? There is. There's a plus 4. I'll write this over here. That's right over there. So again, 1/4 minus 1/4 is nothing. Then you get minus 1/4. All right? I think I count for everything. I got to get a common denominator. Appears to be 12. Look at the key later, by the way. And what do you get there? Well, I'm going to do 4 times the 12 first. That's going to be 48. Minus 4 times 5, which is 20. And then 3 times 1 is 3. All right? So what do you get? 48 minus 20, that's going to be 28 minus 3, 25 twelfths. Now, I think you should probably know mistakes happen. And this is the number one reason we want to provide a key to you. And the reason for giving you a key is to make sure that you can write down what we're asking you to write down, which is the integrations. I want to point out, when I was writing the integrations down, you might say, oh, they look different. Not substantial, right? I want to point out this one over here is actually a combination of these two over here, which may actually be a better idea to do that, all right? But I do see this one over here. I also see this over here, and this is another thing that can be done, the absolute value, which is basically just the distance between the two curves, all right? But anyway, the evaluation is the important thing for me at this point, setting it up, evaluating it, and we did get 25 twelfths. And we see that right over here. Thank you.